aspirants of 8th standard in mathematics subject, just I prepared this lesson very clearly so that aspirants of standard 8 who are studying in CBSE syllabus, ICSE board and the state government schools, they will get good concept regarding this topic, direct and inverse variation. Few aspirants comment me to give the chapter first because they are facing problem to consider any question whether it is related to direct or whether it is related to indirect variation. This indirect variation has also the synonym as inverse variation, correct? Now, what is variation? At first we have to come to know what is variation. If value of one vary according to the value of second, then it is called variation. Variation means badalav, okay, changing. Now see, to understand direct variation and indirect variation, at first we have to know its definition. The first is direct variation. Okay, direct variation. The first topic is direct variation. At first we have to come to know what is direct variation. See here, the definition is written here. According to the book, we will have to follow it and we have to do according to the given concept regarding this topic. Just I show you this term, direct variation. The definition is written here. If two quantities are linked in such a way that an increase in one quantity leads to a corresponding increase in the other, okay, or there is increase in the first number according to the increase in second number or second values, then it is called direct variation. That means in case of direct variation, if value of one first term increases, then value of second term will also increase in the same manner. See here, just I give you the best concept regarding this. Okay, just you observe here the exact definition of direct variation according to this only, correct? Now see, one example just I put before you regarding direct variation. See, in the solved example it is written here, two values are here, A and B. The first value of A is 4 and B is 12. What do you observe here? The value of B is 3 times of value of A. See, if we increase the value of A in the same manner, means this number will be 21 only. The second value of the second variable is 21 here, correct? Generally we take A and B as constant, but here the value of A changing. That is why I tell A and B are variables here considered. Now the value of A, we increase this value as 21. Naturally the value of B will depend on the according to the rule only. That means this value will be 3 times of A, because in the previous stage we observe here the value of B is 3 times the value corresponding value of A. Naturally it will be 63, correct? Now second value, if we will take 28 according to the example, naturally the value of B will be 3 times of the value of A. Now 3 times it will be 84. What do we observe here? Ratio of A by B. In first case it is, now we bring it into shortest form as I taught you earlier, at present only. It will be 1 by 3. So ratio will be how much? 1:3. Now, for the second values of A and B, we take its ratio 7 by 21. It is also 1 by 3 because we have to divide it those by 7, we will get 1 by 3. Its ratio will be 1 by 3 only. So, in the same case, if the ratio is 1 by 2, 2 by 1 like this, then the existing value of the variables will be always constant. Okay, in case of direct variation. Now compare the direct variation with indirect variation. Indirect variation. Here you will come to know about this point very clearly. Now see, in indirect variation, what happens? At first we have to know its definition. Okay, indirect variation or inverse variation. See the definition according to the book. It is written here. Now see, just I am going to make it very clear. See here, it is written, if two quantities are linked in such a way that an increase in one causes a corresponding decrease in the other. In the direct variation, what do we observe? That it was written that an increase in one causes the corresponding increase. But here in inverse variation, its value decreases in the other and vice versa. Correct? If value of one quantity increases, the value of second quantity will decrease and the ratio will not be same. Correct? Now see, what do we observe here? In inverse variation, we observe that, see here, one best example just I put before you regarding inverse variation. Just I find a corresponding example of inverse variation. See here. See, one example just I put before you. Definition I taught at present. You will have to learn it. And indirect variation or inverse variation, just I put one example. Then we will have to compare it. Value of A and B. The first value of A is 8 written here. It is 32. 16. It is also 16. 32. It is 8. 256. It is 1. See here. What do you observe here? That the value of A increases, but value of A is B is decreasing. Correct? That means it satisfies the rule of inverse variation. If there is increase in the value of first, there will be decrease in the value of the second quantity. If there will be decrease in the first value of the first quantity, there will be increase in the second value. Then it will be indirect variation. Correct? Now the best or the basic thing regarding indirect variation is that the product of A and B will be a constant. It will be a constant, means it will remain same. See here, if we will take the product of these, we will get 256. If we will do the product of 16 and 16, we will get the same 256. Correct? If we will multiply these two, the value of this, we will get 256. Do we get? Here also we will get 256. Okay? In the same, just I have not written here, but you should understand here. That in case of indirect variation, what do we observe here? The product of the given value of A and B is always same. But in case of direct variation, it is not same. Product is not same, but its ratio will remain same. Correct? In the two values of the A and B, just I checked here. This is the main thing. Okay? The first thing regarding the direct variation is that if the value of one increases, other quantity's value will also increase. If there is decrease in the value of first quantity, the value of second quantity will also decrease. If it will increase, it will also increase. If it will decrease, the value of second value will also decrease. But in case of indirect variation, if value of first quantity will increase, the value of second will decrease. Okay, but it remains constant. The product of the two of the values of the given quantity remains always constant. See here, always we are getting 256 here. That means it is in indirect variation or inverse variation. The main aspect regarding is that only, and you will have to read according to the given instruction by me, and I think that you will never face any problem to consider whether the given question is in direct variation or in inverse variation. Now see, one example or two examples just I put before you, that so that you will come to know about this chapter. Now see, the solved example just I am going to show you. Okay, I solve the exercise question only, whatever the question it is given. Each and every book carry the same type of pattern, okay, in according to NCERT syllabus. Now see here, just I am going to solve the question number 8 here. Okay, see the question number 8. 1200 men can finish a stock of food in 35 days. Okay, so there is question of number of men and days. So right here, number of days and number of days, number of men at first we have to mention. Okay, number of men, number of days in the second. Okay, if you will do like this, you will have to write in such a way. Okay, this block just we will have to make it here and solve it. Number of men, in first case the number of men is, what is the number of men? 1200. Okay, and number of days is 35. Okay, how many more men should be joined? Means in second case the number of men is not clear, we have to find. So just we have to assume here the number of more men should join is X, so that the stock will last for 25 days. Okay, this question, see here, if the number of men will increase, then only that food can last in few days, regarding whatever the number of days it is given earlier, mean in less days. That means the value of first will increase, there is decrease, that is, it is inverse variation. Just you have to write here, it is inverse variation. It is a question of inverse variation. Just we have to mention here. Okay, we conclude. How do we conclude here that it is inverse variation? Because here the question asks that how many more means more than 1200. The total number, if 30 men included, naturally the quantity will be 1230. So here the value of first value increases, there is decrease in the number of days. Naturally, if the food is for 1200 men for 35 days, and if the number of men will increase, naturally food will last for less days as the previous one. So there is increase in value. In the second value it is decreasing. That means it is inverse variation. Correct? Now how can we solve this question? During finding the solution, students are facing problem. Correct? So I think that you will never make any mistake if you will do according to my instruction. See here, how can we take the ratio? Now we have to take the ratio of the first values. Right here, 1200 divided by x means 1200 ratio x. If we have taken in first case this value, then in second ratio we have to take this value first, correct? 25 by 35. Then you will do never any mistake while solving inverse variation. See here, what do we observe here? Correct? Now see, 1200 ratio x, correct? 25 ratio 35. Okay? So in such a way, we can find suitable answer of the given question. Now see, how can we do it? See here, the value of x will be there on, just we have to solve it by cross multiplication. If two fractions are given and there is equal sign and we have to find the value of unknown quantity, naturally we have to do the cross multiplication. So here, multiply this x by 25 and you have to write in this side 25x, and because we are going to multiply the first numerator, we have to mention here like this, correct? We do not multiply here but leave it by multiplication sign, okay, between the two numbers. Now see, we have to take this part here and this part there, then sign will not change. 25x equal to 1200 into 35, correct? 35. Now we have to find the value of x, so leave this x and leave this term also as usual, okay? Leave this term as usual. Now 25 on the left side, it is in multiplication, so when it will transfer on the right hand side, it will be in division, as you have studied in junior class. According to that rule only I follow. Now divide it by 5, both 5 7s are and 5 5s are. Now again 5 is divided by 5 and 1200 by 5. We will get here 1, and if we will divide it by 5, 5 2s are 10, 5 4s are 20, and put 1 0. So just I solve this question here. Implies x equal to next step, there is no space, that is why I solve here. X equal to, okay, let me solve here only, okay, on another page. X equal to how much? 240 multiplied by 7 implies x equal to how much here? 4 zeros are 0, 4 7s are 28, 2 carry, 7 2s are 14 to 16. That means the number of men, total number of men will be, when it will be 1680, then only that food will last in 25 days. So how many more men added? Number of, we have to write few statements against the answer or while solving the question in word problems. So number of men added, number of men added equal to how much? 1680 minus 1200, that we will get how much? 480. So this is the method to solve the question regarding inverse and direct variation. Okay, in next class I will teach you the question relating to direct variation also, and for each and every subject I prepared video so that students will come to know about the chapter. Those students who are in English version medium, they will come to know, as well as the Hindi version medium students in government schools, they are studying and they also face problem. That is why I put a good concept before the students in mathematics, science, English, SST, in all the subjects I prepare. Just you will have to learn according to this. You will never face any problem while learning, as I think. So wait for the next class, okay?